Today we're going to be doing a reading journal entry together. We're going to be doing it in reading in Spanish, so please make sure you're following along. Hoy vamos a hacer una entrada en nuestro cuaderno de lectura. Lo vamos a hacer en inglés y en español, entonces asegúrense que están poniendo atención. You're going to need your reading journal and you are going to need your reading textbook. You have two reading textbooks. The one that you need is going to be the first one. If you look on the spine right here, it says 4.1. You will need scissors and you will need glue. Van a necesitar su cuaderno de lectura y van a necesitar su libro de lectura. Tienen dos libros, uno es 4.1 y el otro es 4.2. Asegúrense que traen este aquí. También van a necesitar tijeras y pegamento. Let's go ahead and go to our table of contents and we're going to fill that in together. Okay, the next thing, put whatever page number you have for your classroom. And today is the 29th. And we're going to go ahead and title it. It's going to be genre, narrative, nonfiction, okay, en español, género, no ficción, narrativa. It is going to be a super easy, quick journal. Go ahead and turn to the next page in your reading journal. Put the page number up on top. And you're just going to cut it out of your reading textbook. Este va a ser una entrada bien rápida. Nomás van a cortar la página de sus libros de lectura y lo van a pegar allí. And it is going to be page 17 in your reading book. So if you go to page 17, you'll see it's just an anchor chart that talks about narrative nonfiction. Okay, this one right here. Es igual en el libro de español. Va a estar en la página 17 y se ve así, igualito. Okay, so let's go ahead and cut this out and we're going to glue it. I'm going to go ahead and pause the recording while I do this. Okay, and this is what it looks like when it's all done. The reason that we're putting this into our journals is because up until now we've been reading fiction. We read The One and Only Ivan. We're about to be finished with that, and that was a fiction story. We read King Kong. We read The Memoirs of a Hamster. So up until now, almost everything that we've read has been fiction. We are going to read another story about Ivan tomorrow that is going to be a nonfiction story. Now, the difference between nonfiction, like let's say an informational text, and narrative nonfiction is that it has narrative. It has a story still. So even though it's nonfiction, it's giving us facts. It doesn't just list the facts. It still has a story. Okay, so not only is it to inform, it's also to entertain. Even though it describes a true event or series of events, it still uses the literary characteristics found in fiction. So it's still going to have a setting. It still uses figurative language. And most importantly, it's got these plot elements. It's got the rising action. It's got the climax, the falling action, a resolution. You're going to have a problem in the story. So it's still going to have those things that make it a story. Okay, and different types that we have are autobiographies and biographies, diaries and journals, memoirs and interviews. So what we're going to be reading tomorrow is going to be a biography. Okay, and let's go over the Spanish one. La razón que estamos haciendo esta entrada es porque hasta este punto hemos estado leyendo ficción. El único e increíble Ivan es ficción. King Calma era ficción. Pero mañana vamos a leer otra historia de Ivan, escrito por la misma persona, pero este va a ser no ficción. La diferencia de no ficción narrativa o otros no ficciones es que la narrativa también tiene una historia como el no ficción. Aunque informa, también está escrito para entretener. Tiene características literarias como escenario, lenguaje figurado, pero lo más importante es que tiene los elementos argumentales como la acción ascendente y la resolución. Todavía trae la historia. Mañana lo que vamos a leer va a ser una biografía.